Another season has passed, and with that has come a brand new palette of anime to struggle to keep up with. This season we have heavy hitters like The Elusive Samurai, Wistoria Wand and Sword, Oshi no Ko Season 2, and Days with My Stepsister? Why, anime? Why must you keep doing this to us?
Meanwhile...
Good morning, my brother.
No, please stop! We don't need worse of a reputation than we already have! In a season full of great anime and whatever the hell this is, you would think that you would have your plate full just keeping up with all of these shows. But what if I told you there's a better show than any of these? A show that keeps me begging on my knees for more at the end of each week, and there's no weird sister stuff. Guys, let's please not make this weird, okay? It's a wholesome relationship, I swear. Please be a wholesome relationship. The anime that we will be talking about today is called Makein, Too Many Losing Heroines. Now write that title down because I will not be saying the name again. I'm sure I butchered that first word. You know how in every best girl style anime, there's always that character that gets completely screwed over? Hold up, did you just ask me what a best girl style anime is? The year is 1907. A little film called Katsuro Sashin comes out, picturing a little boy in a sailor suit drawing the Japanese characters for Katsuro Sashin. This is the very first example of anime. Flash forward to 1933 when the first Japanese anime using full cell animation was made, Chikara Tuana no Yonanaka. The first of its kind. I'm sure I butchered that. Shift your focus to 1950. Post-World War II America began to influence Japan, and Hiroshi Takahata bought a studio called Toei Doga, all with the goal of becoming the quote-unquote Disney of the East. This studio would later go on to make anime like Dragon Ball Z and One Piece. As time went on and anime began to get more normalized, more studios would begin to quickly pop up, studios like Madhouse and Sunrise, the creators of Death Note and Code Geass respectively. But if we want to find the origin of the term best girl, we have to go all the way back to ancient Troy, where Helen of Troy was famously declared as best girl of her time. Another example of this is in ancient Greek mythology, where many different gods, including Zeus, Ares, and Hephaestus, were all quoted saying, Aphrodite is best girl. But the first example of a quote-unquote best girl anime is called Tenshi Muyo Ryoki, which came out in 1992. The story follows Tenshi Masaki, a young teen whose life is changed after he accidentally steals a space pirate named Ryoki Hakui. As the story goes on, she ends up agreeing to go on a journey with him, and as the story progresses, he encounters many electric women in space. So let's just say this show had many different females, and this is really the first example of people having a real argument over who is best girl. Well, flash forward to the present, and we've had a million different train wrecks of best girl anime, and that's what brings me all the way back to Too Many Losing Heroines. If you've been on this channel before, then you're probably expecting my normal analytical perspective. Ooh, this character is written so well, I love the animation, the music is S tier, but screw all that. This video is not about facts, it's about my feelings. Normally, I'm not really into these kinds of shows, but this single show has sent me down a harem romance rabbit hole that I don't know if I'll ever get out of. This show is a romance where all the girls are that one girl from the romance anime who's always there for the main character but doesn't end up with the guy, often with blue hair. Rem? Who's Rem? Anyway, it's just your usual anime where you start to see each girl who at first don't take the main character seriously slowly start to realize that he was the guy they were looking for all along, and all the anime fans realize that they are lonely as shit. Anyway, this anime pretty much made me realize why people watch reality TV or soap operas, because goddamn, it is so stressful watching these kinds of shows, but I can't stop. So the way these kinds of shows go is typically you just pick a girl you like right at the start, and then you ride for them like it's a sports team, and anytime you hear another fan bring up a character that's not yours, you start a war. Fans of these kinds of anime can typically be found on Twitter or in comment sections saying things like X character is mid. And this is the most basic and primal form of an anime fan, where all thought and reasoning about what you're watching goes out the window and the only thing you can think about is your best girl. And I think that's what sucks you into these shows so much, because one second you're smiling thinking, oh, this girl's cute, and the next second you're on Twitter screaming at fans of the other girl. Because what happens is each week you just need to see if your girl is going to win. Not even war veterans can understand the stress of seeing the main character have a wholesome or cute moment with the girl that isn't the one you like. And sure enough, week by week, you just end up coming back for more and more drama until you finally see who ends up with the main character at the end. Okay, well, let's actually talk about the show itself now, because from the first second of this anime, you could really see how much love and care they put into the animation. Because this show is beautiful, literal movie level animation from A1 Pictures, the McDonald's of anime studios. Sorry, the McRonald's of anime studios. studios. Because they're just so consistent. Is it going to be the best thing you've ever had? Probably not, but god damn it, sometimes it slaps so hard. And this show is the latter. The character acting, the movements, each establishing shot is just so beautiful, and I think even if you're not a big fan of this type of anime, just for the animation alone, I really do think this is worth watching. And I think one of the best examples of this is actually in the endings of the show, where they do a crazy combination of real-life video and old-style cell animation, and in each and every single episode, the animations are different, and it's just little things like this that really make this show feel like a passion project from A1 Pictures. But now it's time to get into the real meat of this show, the characters. I will start this off by saying Anna is best girl, and I will not have anybody say anything else. With shows like this one, where there's not really like fighting or an underlying issue the characters are trying to solve while they slowly fall in love, like in Golden Time, they really need to make the characters super interesting, and I think they do a great job at that. In the first episode, our main character, Nukumizu, doesn't have any friends and is kind of just a lonely guy, but as the story goes on, he slowly starts to meet friends and befriend different people, and it honestly never feels too forced, because sometimes in these shows, I find myself thinking, why is this wet blanket of a character having all these girls all over him? And if you want the real answer, it's because us anime fans want to insert ourselves into this story, but each interaction with these characters feel natural and it just feels real. And to be honest, all the characters are really likable. Even the main character actually makes sense. Like I was saying, in these kind of shows, the main character normally isn't very interesting and the girls just kind of take the spotlight. And although they still do take the spotlight in this one, the main character actually has a lot of endearing and likable moments. There are three main love interests that have been set up in this show: Lemon, Anna, and Komari, each having varying personalities and hitting all of the character tropes you've come to love from this genre. Anna being the super quirky, popular girl who enjoys hanging out with Nukumizu despite her friends thinking she's weird for it, and I love her. Lemon, the eccentric track star that's way too dense for her own good, and Komari, the super shy girl who's super into BL, also known as the average Yuri on Ice fan. I'm joking, because Yuri on Ice fans will scream at you that they love BL. This show is just a lot of fun. There are way more characters than the ones I've mentioned, and I think one consistent with everybody in this show is that they're all just weird, and if you haven't seen my videos, I love weird stuff. I feel like anime has this really special ability to do weird stuff or have really weird characters that just feel more real because you've already suspended disbelief cause you're watching a cartoon, and having these weird and eccentric but still real feeling characters really just leaves a lasting impression on you, and somehow week by week makes you want to tune in and see what these characters are getting up to. And I just think that anyone who's interested in this should really watch the show because it's just good. It has great animation and characters to draw you in, and it really doesn't have a lot of the weird anime bullshit that you come to expect from this genre. Now let's just hope this relationship stays wholesome, otherwise I will be deleting this video. Thanks for watching, peace out.